just remember laughing all the time. We just laughed and laughed. I mean, whether it was a recording session or in the car, we just laughed.
It's funny, yeah. I know I said it before, but it was one of the funnest productions I ever had, but also one of the hardest movies I ever had to work on. So it's depending on what the issue is, I either have really hard memories about it or I have really hysterical memories. But it was really extreme in that sense. I don't think I've ever had that much laughing and that much pain simultaneously each day.
It's true.
You know? Me too.
One of my favorite moments is that we're having the cocktail party. We're all standing around for quite a while. We're just like, you know, gabbing and stuff. And right in the middle of it, John goes, do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I said, this is so cool. I said that in front of the President of the United States, and he goes, I know, isn't it?
There's a picture of Clinton talking to you and me, and I swear, Kevin, you look like this.
I know. My best and worst remembrances. I remember shaking his hand going, oh my God, how long have I been holding his hand? Thank you.
And we had amazing casting on this movie, amazing actors.
Put your trust in the mysteries that are beyond mere mortal comprehension.
Jonathan Harris.
Jonathan Harris was great because, you know, I grew up with him on Lost in Space on TV, and that blew me away more than meeting a big star at the current time, because there's something about meeting somebody that you've just seen every day in your living room as a kid for years.
Remember all his amazing stories of acting on Broadway and
Who
stuff?
still owes him $1?
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, that's right.
Marlon Brando owes me $1. And they go off to tell this great. He was the best storyteller.
For some reason, I had to stay up at Pixar, and you guys got to record with him for the first time, and I was so frustrated. And then suddenly my phone rings in my cubicle, and I pick it up, and he goes, hello, is this Andrew Stanton?
Didn't
we
have...
oh my gosh, it's you. And he goes, yes, it is, yes, it is. I go, I'm regressing talking to you.
He's regressing.
It was the best phone call ever.
The future of the studio is resting on it.
We had gone public.
Right.
We had gone public. This was our first movie being public. It was our second film, and there's a history of one-hit wonders where their second album, their second film, this hasn't worked. And so it was like, hey, John, no pressure, but the whole company and all your stockholders are riding on this.
No pressure. No pressure. No pressure, Scott. Big light.
on Toy Story, we started out at the Burbank Hilton, right?
And the
sharing rooms.
That was short-lived.
And then we went to the Ritz-Carlton in Pasadena, right, to stay there. Yeah, that was great. And then the Mondrian, the Ian Schrager Hotel on Sunset Boulevard with Philippe Stark doing the thing had just opened. And you had read it in a magazine or heard about it. And said, we are going there. And so we went there, and I swear it's like the bumpkins from the country pulling in, and the valet
Taurus rent-a-car,
and the valet parkers are in their Armani suits, and we'll go to the Mondrian. Oh, I know. Well, also what happened is that Joe had had promised that as soon as the story department sent off the last story sequence, he was going to shave his head. And he did. And we were pulling into the Mondrian Hotel, and I said, Joe, put in your teeth. Amen, brothers. Joe had this set of fake teeth that looked like a hillbilly. And he reached down and he put in his teeth, and he pulls into the Mondrian Hotel in the Armani suit. You know, valet comes up, hello, welcome to the Mondrian Hotel. And Joe sticks his head out and goes, is this the Mondrian Hotel? Like that. And the guy wouldn't let him out of the car. And he said, excuse me, sir, do you have a reservation? Yeah, my name's Eisner, Chucky Eisner. My uncle's going to let me make a movie. And he gets out, and he stands up really tall, and this guy looks up at him, and he goes, the Mondrian Hotel. And he just walks in, and he kept the teeth
And he
on.
stayed in character all the way through checking in.
But I think the best of all the gags that were played on was when we went to New York. And it was one of the times that you didn't get to go, right? Because it was...
We had gone once before. I'd made Kevin get up at 5 in the morning because I'm a big Today Show fan, and we went. We wanted to be outside the Today Show in the crowd, and I thought it was
You
all
watch
cool.
it every morning.
And then you asked if I wanted to go. I said no.
And I had a blast. But then the next time you go to New York, I couldn't go.
You couldn't go. So we had color Xeroxes of Andrew's face, the right size, you know, and they had him put on sticks. And, you know, it's really hard to get yourself on the Today Show outside the thing, but it's really easy to reach through the crowd and put someone else's face and stick it up above.
What's your name? Where are you from? Roxana from Merrimack. Okay, now
And poor like Al Roker, everybody was like,
Al Roker, he comes up to interview someone. All of a sudden, these faces come up right next to him and they're wiggling, and there's nothing they can do about it. And of course, they have the set covering the glass so no one can reach in there. But boy, you can reach above the set.
doing that exercise
and I said,
segment.
and I said, oh, just turn it slightly, and it caught the sunlight, and it was so bright in the studio, and they're blinking.
And because of the time difference, I get this, crack of dawn call before it's going to start. And
I said we got down there. I think we got on.
Yeah.
he was going, I'm not
I
sure.
think we got on.
I remember sitting there, I'm kind of tired, I haven't changed yet or anything, and I'm watching the Today Show, and I'm looking in the crowd for him, and then I see myself.
was it Ben?
Your son, didn't he?
Yeah,
you
he goes,
told us.
Was
he
that what it was?
Yeah.
He said,
He goes,
Daddy, there you
Daddy,
go.
there
Oh,
you
that's
are.
right. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the story because, Daddy, that's you. And I go, no,
And he goes, and there.
And then, then I saw myself, I'm like, and I remembered then just going, oh, no. And my mind started racing, and sure enough, then I'm showing up everywhere. And I am screaming at the top of my lungs, swearing your guys' names in my living room, going, no! And for the next 2 hours, I just showed up everywhere.
That was so good.
It was hysterical. And it prompted me to then, get real payback, at least with Darla and Nemo.
But it was so much fun back then.
Woo, magic. That's how you do it, kids.
He was playing with matches.
Come on.
He's always ready for his close-up. Okay. Grand plie. We can't have it inside the base. Is that? And that's Mark. Yeah, baby! You're gonna get it done. Yeah. Not you're gonna get it done. Yeah. And it's gonna be fun. Do you remember there was a former head of Disney that was not a fan of the movie, and it was a funny meeting. Because it was not funny for me. I mean, no, funny in retrospect. But it was, we were at a table like this at the Disney boardroom, and we were waiting, right? We had our little 20-minute presentation ready, and the guy who we were presenting to came in, or we heard him get off the elevator and just say, "It's a live-action movie." I don't even know why they're here. He hasn't even come into the room yet, and he's like yelling ahead. Yeah. So we do the pitch, and boy, he didn't like it, and he just started ripping into it, and started telling Brad what animation could and couldn't do, and I went, because he was pretty brutal, and I could see you steaming, and I thought he's gonna hit him, and if he hits him, that's kind of the end of our job. so I got ready, and instead of him hitting him, and this is like probably my proudest moment of you, is you took all of this abuse and sort of just turned to John and went, "Well, John." Well, I felt like I had the magic Lassiter ticket, and if ever there was a moment to press the little John button, every once in a while, in fact, last week I got asked by somebody, "Did you know that Syndrome, he kind of looks like you? What was the idea behind that?" And I went, "Well, Actually, I was completely blind to it until we were too deep into production. I probably would have said, you got to change that if I'd known it. But I was just blind to it.
It was everybody.
Everybody looks like you.
Bob looks
They all
like you.
sounded like
Bob
you.
does not
looks
look
like
like
you.
me.
I've seen your baby pictures. Jack looks like you.
No, that's not true.
No, you were looking at a profile of Syndrome, and you're talking about it, and we're tweaking something. He's like, I know what you guys are doing, by the way. He's like, I don't know at what point we were.
But it was too late by that point.
It was too late by that point.
Yeah. I knew that. Yeah, you guys made that stamp. Yeah, and it was
approval
like,
stamp.
yeah, and
Every
then
show has an
every show
approval
has
stamp.
yeah. You make the stamps to say when something is approved. And usually you find something kind of positive and
like
funny, like it's great or
Nice
okay.
It had you, but it was a bunch of swear words.
It had man, blank, man.
But if something was really good, that stamp meant like, yeah. You know,
It was clear what it meant.
yeah. But there was the one, do we like this?
Do we like
Well,
this?
because I would say that.
Like, do we like this? And so we made the stamp of that.
Wait, translated was, I don't like this.
But he's going to say it in a very diplomatic way. Do we like this? Anybody else?
He always did these terrible drawings of me, like
The grumpy dwarf.
yeah, the grumpy dwarf, and I'm always wearing a stupid hat. But I'm like, why am I always angry and I feel like I'm a positive guy.
No, it's good. It's positive energy,
Through
passionate.
negativity.
Yeah. It just looks like negativity.
I remember the review where you stamped something. You were like, "Hey, we need this. It has to be approved. It has to go to modeling. And, I'm gonna approve it, but that doesn't mean I like it." And
Well, you even said, but I'm not putting my camera there.
you took the stamp and you stamped it so hard that the ink splattered like blood on the wall. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But that's how you learn. That's what I thought. Let's not show things out of context.
Let's not do that again.
And Boo is so awesome. You can do her song.
Sailing comes along.
Sheldon the Seahorse is played by Eric Purcellivant, who is the child star in Cider House Rules, and people know him best in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, I played Malcolm's little brother.
And then there's Pearl, who's the octopus. She's played by Erica Beck.
And she played the old woman in Titanic.
No, she's an up-and-coming child actress, very talented.
So here's the big star of the movie. Bob Peterson is Mr. Ray. We actually have Mr. Ray right here in the studio with us right now.
Oh, Andrew is such a good director. And now I'm going to rhyme with the word director. But later, well, I'll write it down. Then I'll come and I'll be your clown.
Wow, you may want to do that one over. That one's going to make the desk.
That was Lee Unkrich singing.
Oh, and then we should probably talk about the Sea Monkey Has My Money. Depending on your age, we're all in our 30s into our 40s, and we, you remember all those Kurt Russell movies, Walt Disney movies with the computer that wore tennis shoes and the world's greatest athlete. They all had Joe Flynn in them as the villain or something. And so somebody was playing Perez Prado music once, and it just sounded like the scores to that kind of a movie. He said all those movies always had something like, "Hey, the monkey's got my money. Hey, the monkey's got my money."
Hey, give me the diamond, I'll give you the banana. Nice monkey.
Yeah, listen, my daughter's having a wedding by the pool. I don't want anything to go wrong.
Such a brutal setup,
So I don't know. As a joke to me, when we were coming up with these punchlines for what Dory could say in her sleep, Bob wrote, "The Sea Monkey Has My Money." He said, "Well, I'll laugh. I don't know if anybody else will." But we put it in, and everybody thought that was funny.
That's good.
One thing that was tough, at one point Dory actually got cut by a tooth and was bleeding, and I put my thinking cap on. What's the funniest way that you can actually let go bodily fluids like blood without, being too gross? And getting clocked in the nose is the one that seems to be.
that helped make it a little innocuous. Yeah, because I think that's the first time we've put blood ever in a CG movie.
Right.
Let go of bodily fluids.
You know, I'm a writer. I think in those kind of terms.
The climax of this chase was pretty difficult.
Oh, the explosions, yeah, when all the
Yeah,
mines
the
started
mines.
exploding. It was hard because
Bob, what are you doing?
Just having some chips.
Can you do that a little bit quieter?
Is the mic picking this up?
Okay. Yeah, just try to be quiet.
All right. It was hard because we set the bar so high. We created such a realistic world that we couldn't really be that stylized with the explosions. They had to feel like real underwater explosions. So yeah, we looked at a lot of reference footage, and it was a very particular, difficult kind of effect to create.
And the thing that's surprising is that it's only about, what, like a half dozen shots?
Yeah, and it just goes by in...
And yeah, and there's like, it's probably like weeks to months behind each of those shots just to get them right.
And it goes by in just a few seconds.
And to do explosions underwater is very, 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 very difficult. Just ignore them.
Simple, elegant, yet bored. You will die.
The playwright sleeps to make him smarter because leading experts say Mozart makes babies smarter.
Just a little workout.
The idea to make Bob less bald came up. I got angry because I thought, well, we've had him like this for 3 years and now it's a problem.
I hate that because everyone hates it, but they're still going, well, okay, we can make this work, and it's like this, it's all right. Okay, all right, it's like that. That's what it's become.
We cut back and Sully now has cups on his horns, a sandwich board, coffee pots, fresh coffee. And Randall leans out, all right, keep it up till I get back. Fresh coffee. And somebody walks up, I'd like some. I am sorry, but I would give you a cup. I do not know how. I am still learning.
So now you can sit back, relax.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't get my close-up. You and Lee both got a close-up. I want a close-up.
All right, fine. You can wrap it up.
Thank you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the audiovisual commentary presentation of Finding Nemo. What? What?
Now, what section are we, wait, what section are we showing again? I forgot.
Well, we haven't figured out. We're doing this so on the fly, so it's either going to be
Dot's Rescue!
or it's going to be
Flaming Death!
So a cute little bumblebee, and then he starts with, one of my favorites, of course, was Heimlich.
Here I come, flitting through the meadow.
Okay, so Slim and Francis are hit by the spotlight. They're not too excited. And Slim says, tra-la-la-la-la, spring is in the air and I'm a flower with nothing interesting to say. And then they go, ah, look, a bee. And then Heimlich comes running forward. I am a cute little bumblebee. Here I come. I want to catch up with your flowers.
Oh, I got it. What if it's like he just can't catch up? He's like, he's so heavy, it's just hard for him to like catch up to Slim.
Slow down, you.
Yeah, right.
So he's like, you flowers, slow down. I'm trying to catch up with you. Oh, yeah, right. That would be great. You flowers are too fast. You're running too fast. Slow down, you guys.
So grab your remote, sit back, and enjoy Disc 2 of Mary Poppins.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Who does the voice of those seagulls, by the way?
I believe it's Andrew Stanton, director of Finding Nemo. Were you going to let anyone else do voices in this film?
I knew it was going to go there.
Keep it to yourself. Is that because you haven't won an Oscar, you have to get your voice in everywhere you can?
Okay, first of all, this will never make it to the DVD now.
Well, in that case...
I think one of the things that appeals to people as fans of motor racing is you see guys going fast around a racetrack, and we all drive cars, and we all have that sense that we could mash the pedal and do what they're doing ourselves. And until you get in a car with a professional driver going around a racetrack, it's really difficult to understand how skilled these guys are relative to what the rest of us can do in a car. All of the animators who were working on this movie came and spent a day at the track, and it's an amazing sensation, and I think having them go through that experience and understand some of the dynamics was a pretty key element.
I love this job!
It was kind of scary to think that, these guys are going to drive that fast in this. They were just so casual about it. They weren't even taking it to the full extent.
Oh man, it was awesome. It just was amazing to actually get to actually hold the designs that we created here. So and now I can rise. And now I can sleep with this guy every night, but my wife gets mad at me.
You know, being an animator at Pixar is a big personal and creative investment. Oftentimes, we'll spend many hours and tons of creative energy working on a scene, which is why sometimes when that scene is cut, for various reasons, it can be a little devastating.
Hi, my name is Ike Feldman. I'm an animator here at Pixar Studios, and my shot was omitted. Shot V135 under bar 67, 13 frames long. May not seem like a lot, but it is to me.
I'm Tony Pichilli. I'm an animator on Ratatouille. And I just found out that V190 74E just got cut. I have no idea why. No idea.
My name is Nancy Cato. I work on Ratatouille on shot 200 on the bar 5C. I work on the shot for days and days, and the shot was cut from the movie. I don't know why.
My name's Andrew Gordon. This is shot V200 under bar 37B. It's a shot with Linguini exiting the frame with his little rat friend, and it took me about a week to do. Unfortunately, it was cut for time.
My name's Ron Zorman. I'm an animator on Ratatouille. I spent 80 days on 4 shots. None of which will be in the movie. I spent 80 days that won't be seen in the movie. 4 shots. Serenity now. It's okay. It's okay. I was a little upset earlier.
Well, I just saw a documentary that off of Australia, there's a place that has the most deadly creature on the planet, and it's a box jellyfish. And if its tentacles go across like your chest, it can stop your heart. That's what its venom does, and it's like 12 seconds. So literally, it is the most dangerous creature on the entire planet.
Really? What did you see this on?
I saw it on Animal Planet, I believe, the top 10 most deadly creatures on the planet.
It was number 1?
It was number 1.
What was number 2?
Charles Nelson Riley. This is, we like Charles Nelson Riley. And I do too. I do like Charles. I'm just kidding. I love Charles Nelson.
We were going to all these birthday parties, and people like,
Because they're every 10 minutes.
every 10 minutes you got to go.
Somebody's gotta have a birthday, and you gotta eat the crappy cake with the
cake. You stand around. You got to get back to work, and you're doing this 5 days a week. We're okay, no more birthdays. We're going to do one birthday party a year.
Everybody's birthday we're celebrating, but we're doing it once.
So we order a cake that's supposed to say Happy Birthday Gang, and the cake says Happy Birthday Gary. And the poor Trisha who ordered the cake is going, oh my God, it says Happy Birthday Gary. I said, no, perfect. Gary is every man.
Because on that movie there was no Gary.
There was no Gary.
The idea was instead of a million crappy parties,
we'd have one good one.
One good party.
We're just
We just filed the last model on A Bug's Life. Yay!
So we went through several voices trying to get the right one for Crush.
We ended up with, who was this guy?
Some jerk. But basically, we all do our own Scratch.
And Scratch obviously is temporary voice that we add in for our reels, which is story drawings that we videotape and then put temporary sound to.
And that's how, Bob ended up being Roz and Monsters Incorporated and Mr. Ray in this movie, and I was doing Scratch for Crush, and we just couldn't find the right person, and we had to do a test screening with it with a real audience, and so my Scratch went in there, and it went over so well. We said, all right, you get to be Crush, which was not my intention.
Were you really excited when you got the call that you got the part?
Yeah, I called myself, and I said, I got a surprise for you, Andrew. I'm like, really?
Are you sitting down?
Yeah, I switched phones. Actually, I just used the 2 lines on the phone.
A lot of the Crush dialogue was just one about 2-hour session in my office. You were tapping into some surfer, I don't know, you were just a vessel for a hire surfer that day, but it just all started flowing. It was great. Yeah, I just got out of your way and started typing.
I remember I was lying on the couch. I was so tired, and you were just reading the actual scripted line, and then it's like I had this little dictionary in my head about how to modify it.
Yep.
And I would just kind of keep talking like this.
So you just sit there and draw it like that?
There's a lot of redesigning, and I've been working on this thing for about 3 years now.
Wow, that's like a tenth of your whole life spent on one thing.
You know what? You're right, I didn't think of it that way.
Ultimately, animators are actors, only we act through the computer.
Wait, hey, I'm the actor. You mean you don't need me anymore? You're gonna replace me with a computer?
No, that's not what he's saying at all. That's not what he means. See, the actors' voices inspire us to get the acting that we need to make the film so great. And no. Hey, do you like cookies? You like animation, right?
Oh, look, I made Dory.
I'm working on a shark.
Sweet.
Totally.
Hi, what do you guys do?
We're working on lighting and effects. You want to join us?
Sure.
See, we start by making the water move back and forth. That's surge and swell.
And then we put particulate in, which is like dirt moving in the water. And then we put this caustic light pattern that kind of dances all over everything.
Why don't you use true refractions as modulated by the water's surface?
I should have thought of that.
Did you learn anything while you were going around?
Yeah, I learned that no matter how hard you work, you always have time to goof off.
Oh, that's great. Goof off? Who's goofing off? I want names.